Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. Welcome to another one of our money making videos where we go through a couple of different methods at different varying levels to show you guys how to make some GP in Runescape. So in terms of this video, we're going to jump through 3 methods of varying levels, and I'll make sure to mention the levels as well as the GP hour you can expect to get from doing these methods. So without further ado, if you guys are enjoying the videos, please make sure to leave me a like on the video. Drop a comment of anything you want me to do in terms of videos or content you want me to do on the channel in the future, and I'll always make sure to jump on that as well. We are still going through the subathon currently, so any likes and subscriptions contribute to that and extra videos during the month of March. So let's go and jump into it, and our first money making method, which is going to be something which is a really good way to make GP with crafting, very AFK, and can make you some profit as well with very small requirements for cash to start with. So level 54 crafting and roughly going to be 2.4 mil per hour, we're going to be looking at bomb vials. Now, bomb vials are just simply a really nice method to do because you're going to not need a lot of materials in terms of what you're going to buy. You're just going to have to buy some molten glass, and it's going to be 1 molten glass to 1 bomb vial. Obviously, with these supplies, as with any supplies we're going to do in this video and multiple videos, check the margin out for the molten glass and you want to buy it for as cheap as possible. So we've just bought it for 436 GP each. Now, all you need to do is use a glass blowing pipe, which you should have on your tool belt. If you don't, just simply buy one on the Grand Exchange and then add it to your tool belt afterwards. On that, you just create the bomb vial afterwards. So the bomb vial can go up and down in price a lot. Again, depends on what the demand currently is, but 1.7k is pretty nice. You're going to make 1.3k profit off the mid price, which it currently is selling for as well. And in terms of actually doing this method, simple as what I've just stated, it's just simply clicking on the glass, clicking on the vial, and then just blowing from there. And that is a nice simple way to make some profits. They stack as well, so they can just go into your invo, but a really nice straightforward way to make some profit. The XP actually isn't that bad either. You can definitely use this as quite a valid way to train if you're looking to train with bomb vials. Good way to do it with very low cost of starting up as well. Really good method for those people who want to train their crafting, progress their crafting, but don't have enough cash to buy certain methods to go and train with it as well. Relatively semi-AFK. I wouldn't call it a full AFK because you'll go through the info quite quick, but you can definitely do it and not pay too much attention to it because it's one click pretty much for the full info. But again, really nice. 54 crafting and 2.4 mil per hour from that method. Now the second one is a divination one, and again, one thing I've noticed about divination and the money making methods related to divination is it does change with the more unlocks you've got. So even though this is going to be a lower level divination method, this is actually going to be vibrant energy. Very strange with the divination energies because they've gone down so much. I weren't expecting them to come up in price, but the price of which vibrant energy currently are means that they're roughly 5.2 mil per hour, which is a really nice price. And the vibrant energy have a really nice spot where with a ring of dueling, just simply go to the Warforge and it's just north from there. Divination is very nice, it's chill, and also one thing I would say as well, if you're ever planning to do divination going forward, always try and do it on the divination community world because it just is so much better. I was one of those people who was just saying, you know what, I'm going to stick to my world, play on my world where no one's around. But on a community world, people are using the fragments on the crater consistently, which means you're going to get the enriched wisps, which are going to give you the enriched memories. And because they're consistently being spawned, it just means you're getting more of everything, more XP, more memories, and it's just generally going to get some more XP as well. Now, this is a very sort of valid way to train your divination through this level bracket, but you can definitely make a fair bit of cash. The energy at the minute is coming at a price of 379 GP each. And obviously with divination, when you convert to the energy rift, you have a few different options on what you want to do. Whether you want to turn it into more energy, just standard, or use some of the energy to get more XP. And I'm using it to convert into more energy, and you can seriously rack up a decent amount. Now, what the wiki claims is 5.2 mil profit per hour, which I do think that's going to come with a couple of things. Most notably would be the relic where you can dump all your energy at once and then convert it really quickly. But I think as well, there is some truth that this could be one of the more AFK ways for you to make some GP. This is definitely a nice way to train the skill and also relax. Divination has transformed a lot since they made a few of the tweaks on how the wisps sort of behave around the crater. Definitely something I do in my downtime as well, and especially when I'm going to train grab the hog, that's going to be a skill I'm going to be doing while I'm looking to edit as well. So one of those nice chill skills which you can do every single day and also make some GP from it. Again, I wanted to include it in this sort of method as my mid-level skill because it's something I think people will need to train divination up to level 80 for invention anyway, but you can make some GP with it. I think the DG method is a lot quicker and is a lot smoother and also doing caches. But if you wanted to be one of those people who had a bit of a chill time, nothing too intense in terms of skilling method and making some GP with it, Vibrant Energy is definitely one of those. But I'm going to wrap up the rest of my daily challenges and then we're going to hop over to our final method of the video. We're going to go for a big one for method number 3. Right, so method number 3 is actually going to be a high level method, and I'm going to try and include a couple more of the high level methods in these sorts of videos because I think as well, we do accommodate a lot to the lower level, mid level. It's always nice to have an idea of roughly like what the high level sort of methods are going to make, just to give you guys some inspirations on what skills to target. So the one we're going to look at now is Star Bloom Cloth in Thread. And this is a perfect method for a video like this because there's not really a lot to it. It's very easy in terms of making it. So there's 2 stages we're going to have a look at for this. So the first one is going to be the Star Bloom flowers itself and what the price is going to be for these. Now, these have rose up a little bit lately and got a bit more expensive, which is good because maybe there's some more demand for it. Maybe there's less volume on the Grand Exchange, but we can see. And then that's going to turn into Star Bloom Thread. So 1:1 is the ratio of this. So we're going to check out the price for Star Bloom Thread. Whatever reason, it's been since it's been released into the game, they've not made the price for Star Bloom Thread what it needs to be in terms of like, it's 21k over its mid price and they've still not fixed it. But, you know, that's a rant for another time. So by doing this, just by doing this on its own, we're going to make 4.6k profit for each Star Bloom flower we turn into Star Bloom Thread. Now, what we can do afterwards is then turn 2 Star Bloom threads into a Star Bloom cloth. And this is what you can sell to make the Star Bloom armors. And it can just be another way for you to make a little bit more profit on top. And normally, turning the threads into the cloth is where you're going to get the most amount of profit. Now, this is something I've covered in a little bit more detail on 7-Day Bond. It's how 7-Day Bond has made a lot of profit. At the minute, prices are a little bit iffy. Like, you can make the 4.6k turning the Star Bloom flower into the thread. But then really, to turn the thread into the cloth, you're only going to make 400 GP. So whether you're going to do it from the flower all the way to the cloth, you can do that. You're going to make roughly about 13,000 coins if you're going to do the Star Bloom flower to the thread and then to the cloth afterwards, which again is really nice. And in terms of doing this method as well, it's quite AFK. Like, I'm a big fan of Star Bloom cloths. It's just I've not got to a point where I've needed to do it for a little while. But if I just show you guys where to do it, you need to spin the Star Bloom flowers into threads on a spinning wheel. And then the thread into cloth is done on a loom, which I normally do the Crafting Guild one, but it's a stackable resource at that point. So you can literally do it to anyone you want to. I've always found that the best spinning wheel to go and turn the flowers into thread has been at Fort Frimfree because it's just the one close to the bank in my opinion. Set it up as a preset and you literally just go back and forward and it's really a pretty chill method. But 100 crafting is what you're going to need for this, and even though it's one of those quite tame methods, it's more for GP than the actual XP. The XP will add up over time. I believe like 7-Day Bond pretty much got like 2 levels just from doing this method. And don't get me wrong, it's not quite at the height it was when this skill was released. I was doing something like 40 mil profit per hour in the first week of when the 110 crafting was released because the demand on this item was just so much and there was so few amounts in the game. But currently it's still going to pull in 8.4 mil per hour, which for a sort of money-making method of this easiness, this relaxedness, this chillness, and how easy it is, it's actually a really good sort of profit per hour as well. In crafting, it's definitely one of those skills where you're going to make more and more profit the more you level it because you have more options to craft and make different things, which will make profit. But what I would say is all these different skilling methods, which are over level 100, so this is going to be the AFK fletching for the Eternal Magical Weapons, the rune crafting on Eternal Magical Weapons, the Star Bloom crafting, and to a point before it was nerfed to thieving, all these brand new skilling methods bring in insane cash per hour for how relaxing they are. They are not high intensity methods, but they do bring in a lot of profit. But that is going to wrap up this episode. This is going to be one of a couple I'm going to knock out, very varying in terms of like what they're aimed to. We've got one for free to play, one for just general mid game, and then one for a low level one as well, which hopefully between all of them can contribute some ideas for you guys to make a little bit more GP in your RuneScape time. If you've got any ideas for content, anything you want to see, or any suggestions of series and stuff like that, drop in the comment section below because we are always looking to make more and more video for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.